Hey, air signs. I am trying to do element readings this week. The week of September the 20, well, what was it? The 23rd through the 29th. This is the air sign reading, and I've just shuffled and laid out your cards. I'm getting the feeling that either certain things are starting to change fairly rapidly. Like, I think some of you might be rushing into a change without a lot of foresight, um, which is not the worst thing in the world. Sometimes that's what's necessary to create change, but just, be aware that you may be lacking in planning a bit. Um, it's a little bit reckless. I feel like the I want to say that it ends up changing things for the better, but I really don't feel like that. I feel like for some people it kind of is the final nail in the coffin, and I'm not saying it may not be you. This might be somebody around you. Somebody does something really stupid without thinking, and it's kind of like the final nail in the coffin. Not to put a negative spin on it, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. Like there might be some of you for whom this resonates with. Um, and others might resonate with with the idea that you yourself are rushing into something, which might actually create some change in your life, neither positive nor negative, but it's almost like it just freaking turns the wheel. It spins the wheel, finally. It unsticks something. And so that there's some kind of movement forward, whether or not it was the best. You might think back later and be like, wow, I could have done that differently. I could have done that better. But in either case, you moved the wheel. You turned fortune somewhat out of that sticking slow space that you have been stuck in. Um, I'm getting that there is a lot of sluggish energy here right now. So some of you are either that person that is not moving forward very quickly. You might be very nervous and very cautious about how you invest your time or how you invest your resources right now, or how you invest your emotions. That is another big one. But there's a lot of caution there and a lot of slowness. Um, I think you're feeling the pressure to be more than you think that you are. You're feeling the pressure to be this king of wands, like this master, or this like perfect specimen of a human being, or perfect mom, or perfect um, leader. All of those things, like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and therefore it's slowing you down. You're actually doing yourself harm, again, by pressuring yourself in that way, by holding this mindset of perfection. um, you want to be more grounded in reality of what's actually possible right now, and of accepting your own limitations, and this will ironically free you a little bit. Like, you are actually slowing yourself down by expecting too much of yourself. The third column of cards suggests to me that this doesn't really relate to the other cards yet. It's possible that this will channel through as I talk. But right now, I'm getting this really distinct feeling of some of you may be in a manipulative situation or being manipulated by someone, a manipulative relationship or partnership. Ooh, I'm getting a hot flash about that. Like, I think somebody is definitely going through that. It's possible that, okay, now I'm seeing how this is. Okay. So, this partnership or relationship is potentially affecting the way that you view yourself. It's affecting your self-esteem, and it is slowing you down because you are feeling like you need to be in control of everything, and that you're so I feel like there are some people who this is literally another person that you're in a relationship with, and I feel like there are some people who it's your negative self-talk. It's your relationship with yourself, which is your most manipulative and most damaging relationship. And some people, it is both. And one feeds into the other, and it becomes this wheel, this cycle. So there's some cutting free that needs to happen. And I'm being shown that through the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So the overall energy is that you're going to need to make some swift and very deliberate breaks in order to move forward in a more I almost said self-serving. That's not really what I mean. I mean like self-honoring way. Because right now what you're doing is you're cowing to other people's demands and other people's desires, and you're not honoring yourself in the way that you could. I'm feeling that there's a lot of power there. There's like a lot of power that you have within you, and yet you keep curbing it because of your own internal dialogue to yourself, and it is definitely affected by the people around you, whether they're the ones that are the main oppressors here or yourself. So the good news is, as an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, you are quite suited to making this kind of objective cut. And while I'm not saying it's easy, it's not easy to make these kinds of breaks, you're well suited to making to withdrawing yourself from your emotional body for a moment enough to make an objective decision on what you need to do. And it's an objective decision that needs to be made right now. Whether this actually manifests in your life as an actual separation or break, or whether this is like putting the brakes on a train of thought which is no longer serving you. In order for you to have true unity within yourself, you're going to need to take control of your own thoughts and your own self-talk. And in that way, you do become the King of Wands. You do become the king of your own life, and you do turn that wheel in your favor, and you do achieve true internal unity, and therefore attracting in individuals and people who truly match your desires and truly match your own cup and are truly good for you and truly support you. So there's like a duality here. There is a situation that is perfectly tailored for you to use your own abilities to bring you into a place of empowerment. And that's really what this is about, is empowerment, empowering yourself. And that's what is coming up for you this week, guys. I hope that this is helpful. Please do let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you soon.